Hey beautiful women, happy Wednesday. Hope you're having an amazing day. Super excited to jump in here today. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while. It's been a couple of weeks because last week was I didn't come in here and do it. I did a really quick live, but I didn't do the little mini masterclass. So excited to be back. I love doing this. One of the things I've realized I love is talking to anyone who will listen. I used to hate lives. I used to be so scared of doing lives, and it was one of the limitations, one of the blocks that I cleared because I knew that I felt called to do them, but they were terrified me, right? And now I kind of love doing them. Now I'm like, I love talking to anyone who will listen. And that's one of the things I'm going to talk about actually. So today I want to talk to you about why other people's strategies don't work for you. Say hi as you're jumping on. Love to know who's tuning in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. So yeah, I want to talk about why other people's strategies don't work for you, right? Because if you've got your own business, then chances are you've tried to follow someone else's strategies, right? You've tried to follow someone else's strategies, whether or not you did a course or you got a business coach, or you signed up to a marketing course or something, or if you're in network marketing, there's lots of trainings about how to do the business, right? So there's lots that you're bombarded by so many strategies, right? Everyone's selling a course. My 3 amazing ways to get more sales, to create a funnel, to build an email list, to organically market your coaching business, whatever it is, someone's got a strategy to help you build your business. And here's the thing, we all need some strategy, right? We need to be doing action in our business. We absolutely need to be doing things to be taking the business forward and growing it, for sure. But the reason other people's strategies don't work for you is because we are all unique, right? We are all unique beings, and we all have unique gifts and talents, and we all kind of have a unique kind of blueprint about what feels good to us, right? What feels aligned to us. And so there is never a magic strategy that is going to be the thing that's going to blow up your business, right? There's not one thing. Like everyone's selling their course on, like I said, my marketing funnel, this is what you need to blow up your business, or my organic marketing approach, this is what you need, how to sell through Facebook groups, whatever it is not the secret to blowing up your business. Now, all of those things work, right? They all work. All the strategies work, but if they're not working for you, right? If you're searching for the magic strategy, then stop looking, right? Stop looking, because the reason other people's strategies aren't working for you is they may not feel aligned for you, right? And I really want to give you some examples to really explain what I mean. So this is the thing, is that because everything is energy, right? Everything is energy, and everything is your belief about it. When you start using a strategy, implementing a strategy, if there's something about it that doesn't feel good to you, if you don't really believe in it, if it just doesn't feel aligned, then it's not going to work for you. Right? So when you're out there looking for what to do, it's about really tuning in to what you feel called to do. So I just want to give you some examples though of what I mean, and like how your belief and your energy, like I know I talk about it all the time, right? But it's because it is the only thing. It is the only thing to talk about. Your energy and your alignment to your desires is what is creating your results. It is not your action. Like it's honestly 80-90% your energy, your alignment, how you feel about your business, the belief of your expectation of what you believe is going to happen. That is what's creating your results, right? If you believe you're going to sign clients, you are. If you don't believe you're going to sign clients, you're not. If there's part of you, like I just got off a call with someone and I said to her, she's in network marketing, she had these goals, and I said, how much are you allowing yourself to achieve that desire? And she's like, when I asked her that question, she was like, I don't really feel like I am allowing it because I don't feel worthy of it, right? So there can always be things blocking us. And if you're taking actions that don't feel good to you, then you are literally blocking your own desire, right? So how you feel matters. This is the thing. When you take the action, right? It doesn't matter what action it is. How you feel matters. So you're getting your energy right, being in alignment with what you want, and then taking the action that feels good to you. That is always the right action. That is always the right strategy. So I just want to give you some examples to really kind of demonstrate what I mean by this, right? So before I was doing coaching, I was doing network marketing. And so there's lots and lots of trainings as to how to build your business, right? Your DMO, your daily method of operation. So in my company, it was like do a certain number of reach outs a day, do 3 posts a day, reach out and invite a certain number of people to look at your product or your business opportunity every day. Hey, Louise, how are you? And so there was a training on the right strategy to build your business. And so one of the things was to reach out and ask people to take a look at your opportunity, okay? And for all the network marketers out there, you're probably going to have something similar to this. A little script that goes something like, hey, just thought of you. I've got this really exciting opportunity. Would you like to take a look? Don't know if it's for you or not, whatever. Like, would you like to take a look? Or something like some little spiel about that. So, and so as part of the DMO, we were taught that you have to just send that to like so many people a day, right? And so apologies to anyone who received one of those messages from me. There's probably some of you in this group. But that, at the time I was doing it because I really, truly, I knew the business would help people. I knew the product would help people. And I really, truly wanted to build that, right? And that was what I was taught to do. But that felt icky. Right? It felt icky. It just felt off. It felt a bit spammy. I didn't really like getting messages like that. And so my energy behind it was like, this is icky. This doesn't feel good. I don't really love this, right? And it's that energy that creates. Now, when I was organically having a conversation with someone in Messenger and like it just felt organic to say, hey, I've got this business opportunity. It sounds like it could be, like you might really love it. Like, would you be open to taking a look? And we'd build a rapport. There was conversation there and it felt good to share that with someone. That's when I got the results, right? I very, very rarely got the results from just spamming people a message. But yet in a lot of network marketing companies, it's taught to just spam people. Now, I'm not judging. If you've got a message that feels good to you that you send out to people and that feels good to you, awesome. But that message didn't feel good to me, right? So I just want you to get how you feel matters, right? How you feel matters. It's not, and let me tell you, I was taking so much action. I was sending so many messages and doing reach outs and all the stuff, doing lots of posts every day. It's not the amount of action. It's not the strategy that gets the results. It's how you feel about it that matters, right? You've got to feel good about it. So if you feel icky about it, if it feels salesy, if it feels just gross, if it feels off, listen to that, right? Don't listen to anyone that's telling you must do this to build your business. It's bullshit, right? You get to do things your way. Right? We're all unique, that we all have a unique way that we can build and expand our businesses. So that's my network marketing example. Then when I did get into coaching, I signed up to to a course that was all about doing high-end offers and being able to sell high-end offers. And I had reservations about going into this course because I was like, I'm a brand newbie coach. I'm not sure if it's right for me, but they assured me it was, right? And so part of that was to create these high-end offers that had all these bonuses and be like, oh, the value's like $30,000, but I'm only charging you $5,000. And the push was to package your work up and charge a high value and deliver something amazing. But I couldn't get behind it. I was a brand new coach. I'd never coached anyone, right? Never coached anyone. And so my belief just wasn't there. I just could not... Sorry, excuse me. Sorry about that. So I just could not get my belief around selling a high-end package when I was brand new. And that comes down to self-belief, right? It comes down to self-belief. Now, I totally know where I wanted to go. I knew my work was going to be valuable. But when I was brand new, I didn't feel like my self-belief wasn't behind selling a package for $5,000 or even $3,000. It wasn't, my belief wasn't there. I didn't feel like I had the experience to do it, right? But I was being told this is the only way to do it. This is what you have to do. You've got to do it this way. And that didn't work for me. I didn't sell any of those because my belief wasn't behind it. I would do these calls and I'd be taking people through my great offer I'd put together, but my energy wasn't behind it. I didn't believe it. It felt a bit phony, right? It felt a bit phony because I didn't believe that I didn't believe I was worthy of that amount of money at that time. Does that make sense? And so what felt good to me in the end was when I starting at a lower price, getting some experience and quickly raising the price, right? You get to make the shots. You get to choose how things go for you. If you can jump all in and sell a package at 5K, brand new coach, awesome, go do that. Not judging anyone, right? But you've got to, what I'm saying is other people's strategies aren't working for you if they don't feel aligned to who you are. So after signing up for that course, I signed up for another one, right? This is the thing. I was on the hunt, as I'm sure many of you are, for the magic strategy that was going to build my business, because I was like, okay, I'm a coach. I want to help people. I want to help women transform. But how am I going to get the message out there? How am I going to get clients, right? That's always the thing. How am I going to get clients, right? And that has to shift in itself, but I'll come to that in a second. So the next thing was I did this organic marketing program. And so they had like a whole lot of scripts, like do this like series of posts in a week, and then here's the scripts. And again, it just didn't feel, it felt forced. I was like, oh, I've got to write a post about this. It just didn't, and even the script, it was like, it felt robotic. It didn't feel organic. It didn't feel good to me. And I abandoned that too, right? And I didn't make any sales from doing that. Then eventually I found the right person to help me, the right coach to help me, who basically helped me connect back to what felt good to me, right? What felt aligned to me. And so this is my message to you. You have to follow what feels good to you. Just because someone else has built their business doing XYZ doesn't mean that's the right thing for you to do. Take whatever you want from who, like borrow ideas, like get inspiration, absolutely. But you do not have to do anything the way someone else does. So now that I'm more tuned in to following my own guidance, right? Following what I feel called to do, I'm so glad this is making sense. Awesome. Now that I'm tuned into doing what feels good to me, I make up my own freaking rules. And so do you. This is the thing, right? We create our own reality. When you believe that what you're doing is incredible, when you're solid in your own work, right? That's the first place to start. You never have to sell to anyone when you feel solid in your worth and solid in the value of your work and you're connected to how you can help people. That's the first thing, right? The second thing is do what you feel called to do. Like follow what you feel called to do. So what feels good to me now is I like writing some content, right? I like writing content. And when when I get really aligned with my business, like when I get really aligned, I get like excited and I just like write content and my life inspires me. Like what I'm listening to inspires me. Often when I get on calls with clients, that inspires me to write posts. So I just take inspiration from my life. I like writing posts. Like I said, I like talking to anyone that will listen, I've discovered. So I like coming in here and doing these little mini masterclasses. I do live trainings in my group, in my paid group. And I love doing the group coaching calls. And because I love talking, I'm starting a podcast, which is coming out this week when I sort out some tech issues. And what else do I love doing? There are a lot of the things I love doing. And so I'm being guided to do the things that feel good to me. Yes, you can build a business doing things, like I said, multiple different ways, but the energy behind it is the most important thing. It is not the action that you take, right? Like I said, in my network marketing business, I took so much freaking action, so many messages, but it was the messages that just felt organic, that felt good to me, that had the most impact, right? All of the icky, spammy messages didn't feel good. They didn't feel good to me and they didn't get results. So if you're wondering why someone else's strategy isn't working for you, perhaps it's not aligned, right? Perhaps it doesn't feel good to you. So the secret is get connected, get really connected to who you are, what you offer, your own self-worth, fall in love with your business. That's the first part, right? Everything has to come from that. If you don't have belief in your product, whatever it is, whether it's network marketing or whether it's coaching business or a healing business, if you don't feel connected and believe in your product 100%, which comes from obviously the work you're doing, but also the value you're charging, you've got to be 1,000 times behind your price, right? You got to be all about it. Like if you have any energy within you that's like, oh, I'm not quite sure if it's worth that much. I'm not sure if people are going to pay it. You need to get rid of that. You need to clean that up. You need to be so solid in what you're doing and know their worth, know that the value of what you're doing, and take action from that place. Be led to what feels good to you, right? Be led to what feels good to you. So like I said, I felt called to write a podcast because I like talking to anyone who will listen. It's another platform to do that. But this is one of the, okay, now this is really important to cover as well. Okay, what you feel called to do isn't doing what's easy. It's not avoiding the hard things, right? So like I said, I really love now doing lives, right? I really love it. But just over 12 months ago, not that long ago, I hated lives. I hated them, right? But I felt called to do them. I felt this like internal pressure that was like, I want to be doing lives. I felt like it was, I don't want to use the word should, but I felt like, not because anyone was telling me I had to do lives, but I felt like that was going to be a great way to share my message and, connect with my audience. I felt like lives were going to be a great thing to do, but I could not get past my fear, right? I couldn't get past my fear of doing them. And so I really had to work on that. So what I want you to get, that what you feel called to do and what's easy are different. Okay. So doing what you feel called to do isn't just doing, I don't want to do that because that's too scary. You've got to really listen to, like I said, the pulls, right? So the first thing is get really connected to your business. You've got to be in love with it. You've got to feel good about your business. That's the first thing. And from there, you will get guidance. You will get pulls. You'll get little intuition to do things. And you have to listen and you have to act on that, especially when it's scary, right? Especially when it's scary. You've got to take that action. But you're all on social media. You get how this gig works, right? You can write some posts, you can do some lives, you can do some stories, you can start a group, you can start a business page, you can do Insta. You know how to do all that stuff. You don't need anyone to teach you how to do it, right? You don't need anyone else to teach you how to do it. I'm not saying you can't ever do a course or ever learn a strategy, but just realize that the most important thing is doing what feels good to you, doing what feels in alignment with you, and it's your energy behind it. If you do a course and they're like, you've got to do these things to be successful, and you're doing them and they're exhausting, they feel icky, they just don't feel good, it's not going to work. It's your energy behind it. So if you're going to invest in a strategy or marketing course or something like that, you have to be able to approach it from the energy of, I know who I am, I know my business, I know my value, I know my worth, and I trust that I'll be intuitively guided to the right parts that I'm going to take out of this, right? So take out of it what you want, but if you get caught up in, you've got to do this post, then that post, then do this reach out, then do that reach out, and this is the script that you've got to use, and that doesn't feel good to you, don't do it. Don't do it, right? Scripts. I'm not big on scripts, right? I'm not big on scripts at all. I mean, like I said, when you're connected to your worth and your value, you're guided to the right things to say. When you feel good about your business, all the action you take is the right action. It doesn't matter what you do. It's your energy that creates, right? It's not the action, it's the energy. So if you're, like I said, if you're focused on someone else's strategy and it's not working, it's because you're disconnected. You're disconnected from the truth of who you are, right? You're disconnected from what feels good to you, from your inner being, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. You are innately guided. And one of the biggest problems I think with doing, that I found, okay, this is my experience, with doing other programs and courses, that I never finished any of them, by the way, because I just, I felt too much resistance to do them. This is the thing, if you're feeling really resistant to do something, then there's a part of you that's blocking it. That's like, no, this isn't right. I never finished any of those courses that I paid thousands of dollars for. So don't make that mistake. And I just lost my train of thought. But if you're you've got to do, I've totally lost my train of thought, but if you've got to trust what you're feeling guided to do, right? You have to always trust that, because like I said, your energy behind it, your emotion behind it, how you feel matters. I think that's sort of getting at. When you come back to the truth of who you are, you will, like I said, you will be guided to the right things to do. When you're really connected to that, the right doors will open, the right people will come into your life. So for example, I've been feeling the pull for a couple of months to kind of do a podcast. I just kind of would get this idea, and every now and then someone would send me a message and say that they like think I should start a podcast. Someone would comment or say that. And then I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw this girl doing this webinar about how to start a podcast. I was like, all right, that might be interesting. And I watched the webinar and I did purchase her little course. It was a little $200 mini course. And it's literally like step-by-step how to set up a podcast, right? And so it's just like the basics. You need to think of this, your name, your description. Here's the specs for your cover art. Here's the tech stuff. You need to do this, do that, intro, outro, all this stuff, right? And so for me, that was super helpful. It was literally just the clear steps that I needed to get past all the tech and get it going, right? It wasn't someone telling me the right strategy, so to speak. It was literally more of a how-to guide, like how to get it set up. So like I said, it's not saying that you can't ever follow anyone else's advice, but just realize that it was the pull that I followed to start the podcast, right? It was my inner being, or my higher self was like guiding me in that direction. And then the right teacher showed up to help me get there. It wasn't that I signed up for someone's marketing strategy that said, you need to start a podcast, start a group, start a blog, and go live on YouTube every week to build your business. It wasn't that I was following someone else's strategy. I was following what felt good to me, right? So I really, really hope that makes sense. Trust your inner guidance. How you feel matters, right? When you are aligned with your business, when you're feeling good about your business, when you're in love with what you do, when you know your worth and your value, trust those pulls. You get to do things in your way. And when you trust that, it's so much easier. It's exciting. You love it. It feels good. And it just flows in a beautiful way, right? Because the universe is working with you. Your energy is like, I love this. This is awesome. This is great. And the universe is lining things up and bringing them to you. So that was my message today. I hope this made sense. And also the other thing is too, just a little side note, if you are doing a marketing course or a strategy course and like you're feeling a lot of resistance to it, the things that they're telling you to do don't feel great, don't be afraid to walk away from it. Like there is no sense in kind of like flogging a dead horse, so to speak. Like you just cannot don't keep going just because you've paid for it. It's a waste of your time, which is the most precious resource. I promise when you connect to your truth and you follow your guidance and things blow up, you won't give a shit that you spent $5,000 on a course that you never used, right? Like that's my belief. My belief is if you really are, even if you have paid for something, if you're into it and it's not sitting well with you, you're not loving it, don't be afraid to walk away. Generally, you can always go back and access the information, the content if you want, but don't be afraid to walk away. You need to trust yourself more. It all comes down to self-trust, right? You know the right steps for you. That's what it's all about. So I hope that's made sense. And just a little announcement. I've done a couple little posts about it, but I have a quantum expansion mastermind. So it's like the next version of my group course starting on the 7th of September. So super excited. It's a 2-month program, group program. There are 16 trainings and it's a bit different from what I did last time. So there's going to be far more like high touch, far more contact. We're going to do weekly group coaching calls. There's a one-on-one vibrational alignment session for everyone. There's going to be so much in this. And really what this is all about is helping you connect to the truth of who you are, right? Helping you connect to the truth of who you are, your own value, your own worthiness, and trusting your own intuition, right? Getting clear on your desires, knowing where the hell you want to go, and then clearing any resistance and blocks that stops you, because that is all that gets in your way. When you clear that resistance, things move powerfully. You manifest your dream business, clients flow, money flows. It all falls into place. Like we all have access to this. It's not something that only a few people on the planet have access to. We all have access to blow up our businesses, right? We all have access to create the absolute dream life we want. You just need to learn how to let go of the things that are blocking you, connect to your truth, and follow that intuition. So if it feels like something you'd like to know more about, I'm going to pop the link in the comments, and certainly reach out if you've got any questions. Hope you have a beautiful day. Bye for now.